All right, so we're heading to Osaka today. Specifically, we're diving deep into how to spend 15 incredible days in this foodie paradise. You know Osaka as Japan's kitchen, right? Well, buckle up because we're about to make sure your trip is one delicious adventure.
Absolutely, and what's amazing is that Osaka's reputation as a culinary haven isn't something new. You can actually trace it way back to the Edo period.
Oh yeah, the Edo period.
Yeah, think about it. Osaka back then was this bustling trading port. All these goods and ingredients flowing in and out. It's really that history that shaped the food culture we see today.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, when you're a major hub for trade, you're going to have access to some amazing stuff, like all that fresh seafood coming in from Naniwa. That's what they used to call Osaka Bay, right?
Exactly. And don't forget the fertile land all around. It practically guaranteed a steady supply of fresh veggies and rice. It's like the city was destined to be obsessed with food from the very beginning.
It's fascinating. And you know what else is cool? All that abundance and variety. It kind of created this friendly competition, not just among merchants for the best goods, but also for who could enjoy the best food.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where the whole kudar concept comes from. Eat until you drop. It's not just a saying, it's like a way of life in Osaka, a testament to this love affair with food.
Eat until you drop.
Yeah.
Oh man, sign me up. But hey, let's get practical here. We want to make sure our listeners get the most out of their 15 days in Osaka. So consider this your ultimate food-focused itinerary. We'll hit the must-dos, must-eats, of course, but we'll also dive into local customs transportation money-saving tips.
It's about experiencing Osaka deeply right. And that means understanding how its history and culture are interwoven with the food scene. It's going to be an amazing journey.
All right, so days 1 to 3, we're calling it Dotonbori and Namba immersion. If you want to feel the pulse of Osaka's food scene, this is where you start.
These are like the beating heart of Osaka's food obsession. Prepare to be completely overwhelmed in the best way possible. The smells, the sights, the sheer variety of options. It's a sensory overload.
I'm already hungry just thinking about it. But let's get specific. What are those absolute can't-miss foods in Dotonbori and Namba? Takoyaki, those little octopus balls definitely top my list. What's the story behind them?
Well, fun fact, takoyaki actually originated in Osaka back in the 1930s. It started as a street food, and then boom, it just captured everyone's hearts and stomachs. You'll find takoyaki stalls everywhere, each with their own twist on the recipe.
I mean, who doesn't love a perfectly cooked takoyaki? All right, what else? Okonomiyaki, those savory pancakes they're calling my name too.
Ah, okonomiyaki. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure pancake. The name actually means grilled as you like it. So you pick your fillings, pork, shrimp, veggies, whatever you're creating, and it gets mixed into this savory batter and cooked to perfection on a griddle.
Okay, that's dangerous. The customization options are endless. I could get lost in Okawayaki land for days. And what about kushikatsu? Those deep-fried skewers sound amazing too, especially in Shinsekai.
Shinsekai is the spot for kushikatsu. Think meats, veggies, cheese all skewered, battered, and fried to a delicious crisp. Just one important local custom to remember: no double dipping in the sauce.
Got it, no double dipping. Now you keep mentioning Naniwa. I'm sensing a strong connection to seafood here. Should we be hitting up any specific markets in these first few days?
Absolutely. Kuromon Market in Namba is a must-visit. It's bursting with fresh produce, but the seafood selection is truly impressive. You'll really get a sense of that Naniwa heritage we talked about.
All right, so food is covered, but what about the vibe? You mentioned Osakans are known for being direct. What should we expect as visitors?
Yeah, Osakans are super friendly, but they're also very straightforward. Don't expect a lot of formal bowing and stuff, especially in casual eateries. Kappo cuisine embodies that. It's all about chefs preparing food right in front of you. Super interactive and relaxed.
I love that. No pretentiousness, just good food and good company. And getting around Dotonbori and Namba sounds pretty easy, right?
Super easy. You can basically walk everywhere. It's all about exploring on foot and letting your nose lead you to the next delicious discovery.
Perfect. More time for eating, less time commuting. But are there any things we should avoid doing in these areas?
Just remember to relax and go with the flow. Don't be overly formal in casual spots. Oh, and maybe watch your belongings. Dotonbori can get pretty crowded, so keep your valuables close.
Solid advice. Now let's talk money-saving tips for Dotonbori and Namba. Any insider secrets?
Here's the thing. The smaller local restaurants tucked away on side streets, they often offer amazing food at better prices. So venture off the main tourist drag, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
That's a great tip. Okay, let's move on to days 4 to 6, history and culinary exploration. Time to go deeper into Osaka's past and broaden our culinary horizons.
Exactly. Now that we've had our fill of street food, let's explore the historical side of Osaka's food scene.
So we're talking Edo period and Osaka's merchant city roots. Are there specific areas that still have that historical feel?
Yeah, you'll want to venture a bit further out from Namba and Dotonbori.
Mm-hmm.
Look for areas with traditional architecture or those family-run places that have been around for generations. They often have incredible stories to tell about Osaka's culinary history.
Love it. A little historical exploration with our food. And what about new culinary experiences for this phase? Osaka sushi, particularly that oshizushi or box sushi, had intrigued me.
Oshizushi is a unique style of sushi that's very much an Osaka thing. Unlike the nigiri you're probably used to, oshizushi is made by pressing vinegared rice and ingredients into a wooden mold. It's beautiful to look at and even more delicious to eat.
Wow, so it's like pressed sushi almost. What kind of ingredients usually go in it?
Usually you'll find preserved fish, like mackerel or shrimp, layered with the rice. It's all about precision and artful presentation, truly a work of culinary art.
I can't wait to try it. You also mentioned dashi and that story about Konboya Ihei bringing kelp from Hokkaido. Help me understand how important is dashi to Osaka's food.
Dashi is fundamental to Osaka cuisine. It's a savory stock made by simmering kombu, kelp, and katsuobushi, dried bonito flakes. And that story about Konboya Ihei, it shows how important sourcing and distributing key ingredients has always been in Osaka. The quality of dashi is a point of pride in Osaka cooking. It's usually lighter and clearer, really highlighting the umami of the kombu.
So when we're having soup in Osaka, we should really savor that broth, appreciate those subtle flavors.
Absolutely. Dashi is like the unsung hero of many Osaka dishes. It's the foundation that elevates everything else. You'll definitely notice the difference.
Dashi appreciation noted. What about those naniwa traditional vegetables? Should we be seeking those out?
Oh, definitely. These are vegetables that have been grown in the Osaka region for over a century. It's all about embracing local ingredients and celebrating culinary heritage. Find restaurants that showcase these vegetables. You'll get a true taste of Osaka's local terroir.
I love that. Connecting with the region through its food. Now, how do we get to these historically significant areas and restaurants?
This is where Osaka's amazing train and subway system comes in. It's super efficient and easy to use. Get yourself a rechargeable travel card like ICOCA or Suica, and you're good to go.
Got it. Public transport is our friend. Any pitfalls to avoid during this exploration phase?
The biggest mistake is sticking only to tourist areas and tourist restaurants. Venture out, explore the local neighborhoods. That's where you'll find the real hidden gems.
True. Time to get off the beaten path. And speaking of venturing out, how do we save money while using the trains and subways?
Look into those discount travel passes designed for tourists. Day passes for the subway and local trains can save you a lot, especially if you're doing a lot of exploring.
Smart. Okay, days 7 to 9. These are for day trips and regional flavors. Now, we don't have specific day trips laid out, but the idea is to use Osaka as a base to explore the surrounding region.
Exactly. Osaka is a great jumping-off point for the whole Kansai region. Think of these days as your chance to research and choose your own adventure. There are tons of towns and regions just a short train ride away, each with their own unique food traditions.
So it's about broadening our culinary horizons beyond Osaka. And for these day trips, we'd mostly be using regional train lines, I'm guessing.
Yep, Japan's regional train network is amazing. It'll get you pretty much anywhere you want to go.
Sounds convenient. What should we be careful about when planning these day trips, even if we don't have destinations set yet?
Don't wait till the last minute to research transportation. Different train lines, connections, travel times. It's worth planning ahead to avoid any surprises.
Yeah, no one wants to be stuck at a train station wondering how to get somewhere. And how can we keep those day trips budget-friendly?
Look for those discounted day trip packages that train companies or travel agencies often offer. They usually include round-trip transport and sometimes even entry to attractions. It's a great deal.
Nice. All right, we're back in Osaka for days 10 to 12, deeper culinary experiences. Now it's about branching out from those iconic Osaka dishes and getting a bit more adventurous.
Exactly. You've had the classics. Now it's time to dig deeper. Explore those less obvious culinary influences that have shaped Osaka's food scene.
You mentioned Chinese and Korean cuisines having a big impact. Where do we find these influences in Osaka?
There are neighborhoods with strong Korean communities where you can find incredible Korean BBQ and other authentic dishes. And Chinese cuisine is really melded with local flavors over time, creating some unique Osaka-style Chinese food. It's fascinating to see how different cultures have blended here.
Sounds like a delicious fusion. We should also try to uncover some local favorites, those dishes that aren't on every tourist's radar. Any tips for finding those hidden gems?
Don't be afraid to stray from the tourist areas and just ask locals for recommendations. That's how you find those hole-in-the-wall places serving dishes that have been loved by generations of Osakans.
I love that. Becoming true culinary detectives. And how are we getting around to these less touristy spots? Still sticking with public transport.
Public transport is still your best bet, but depending on the area, you might consider renting a bike. It gives you more flexibility to explore those little side streets.
A cycling food tour. I'm in. What should we avoid doing when we're on this deeper culinary exploration?
Don't be afraid to try something new, even if it looks or sounds unfamiliar. Step outside your comfort zone. That's where you'll find the most memorable dishes.
Totally agree. Be bold, be adventurous. And what about budget tips for this phase?
Lunchtime is your friend. Many restaurants, especially those serving more specialized cuisine, offer really affordable set menus at lunch. It's a great way to experience high-quality food without breaking the bank.
Lunchtime feasting it is. Okay, last leg of our journey, days 13 to 15. Souvenirs and reflection. Time to find some edible treasures to take home and savor the memories of our Osaka adventure.
It's bittersweet, but it's all about holding on to those amazing culinary experiences and maybe bringing a little bit of Osaka back home with you.
So local markets are a good bet for souvenirs, right? What kind of things should we be on the lookout for?
Oh, you'll find everything from local snacks to unique regional ingredients you can cook with at home. Maybe even some beautiful Japanese kitchenware to remind you of your favorite meals. Markets are a great place to chat with locals and maybe even pick up some cooking tips.
Oh, I'd love to try recreating some of the dishes we've learned about. Any advice for that?
If a dish really blew you away, try to jot down some notes about the ingredients or how it was prepared. There are tons of resources online and in cookbooks. Don't be afraid to experiment in your own kitchen.
Great idea. Keep the Osaka food journey going even after the trip. Any practical tips for getting around with all those souvenirs?
Yeah, be mindful of luggage allowances on public transport, especially if you're heading to the airport. You might need to plan your travel accordingly, or consider luggage forwarding services if you've gone a bit overboard with the shopping.
Good point. No one wants to be wrestling with a mountain of bags on the train. What about things to avoid when souvenir shopping, especially for food items?
Don't forget about those airline weight limits. Leave some space in your suitcase for those Osaka goodies. And double-check customs restrictions for bringing food back to your home country.
Noted. And any tips for saving money on those last-minute souvenir buys?
Shop around. Compare prices at different markets and shops. Don't just buy the first thing you see. You might find better deals at local supermarkets compared to those touristy shops.
Always good advice. All right, so that wraps up our 15-day Osaka itinerary. Now let's talk general advice for first-timers in Osaka. Getting around efficiently seems crucial.
Definitely. Osaka has an amazing public transportation system, trains, subways. It's all very punctual, clean, and easy to use. Plus, there's English signage and apps to help you navigate.
We talked about those rechargeable travel cards earlier. Are those a must-have?
They make life so much easier. With an ICOCA or Suica card, you can just tap in and out at stations. No need to buy individual tickets each time. Plus, you can use them at some convenience stores.
Super convenient. Now let's revisit local customs. We talked about the casual vibe in eateries. Any other customs we should be aware of?
Just remember to be respectful in all your interactions. Saying thank you, arigato, and excuse me, sumimasen, goes a long way. And be mindful of noise levels in public spaces, especially on trains. Oh, and when visiting temples or shrines, be quiet and respectful. Follow the local customs.
Good reminders. What about common mistakes first-time visitors might make besides the things we already covered in the itinerary?
Rush hour on public transport can be a bit intense, so try to avoid it if you can. And Osaka has these huge underground networks. It's easy to get lost down there. Make sure you have a good map or a navigation app handy. Oh, and while some people speak English, learning a few basic Japanese phrases will definitely help.
Noted. Avoid rush hour, have a map, learn some Japanese. And last but not least, money-saving tips beyond what we already discussed.
Take advantage of those free attractions. Osaka has beautiful parks, temples, shrines you can explore for free. We already mentioned prioritizing street food and local eateries over fancy restaurants. Consider staying in areas slightly outside the main tourist zones, but with good transport links, you can find cheaper accommodation that way. Oh, and look out for free walking tours. Those are a great way to see the city on a budget.
Amazing. That's a ton of useful advice. Osaka truly lives up to its nickname, Japan's Kitchen. The food scene is just incredible, and there's so much to explore beyond the surface.
Totally. Embrace that Kudara spirit venture beyond the tourist traps, and you'll discover a whole world of deliciousness. It's an adventure you won't forget.
So with Osaka's rich culinary history and that eat until you drop attitude, what hidden food gems might you uncover in those less explored corners? It's exciting to think about. We hope this deep dive has inspired you to start planning your own Osaka food adventure. Get ready for some truly unforgettable culinary experiences. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.